Welcome to Cine-Recommendation Chronicles. Today is not just another day, it is a moment to look back at where we began, to remember everything we built, everything we changed, and everything that brought us here. 1 year of movies, 1 year of recommendations, 1 year of ideas, experiments, improvements, mistakes, fixes, and countless memories. And somehow that first little beginning became something much bigger than we imagined. Cine-Recommendation was never meant to be just another place to find a movie. It was built around a simple idea. What if finding something great to watch could actually feel exciting? From that idea came a platform, then came a community, and eventually a story of its own. Tonight, we are going to revisit that story. We will go back to the beginning. We will see the versions of Cine-Recommendation that came before the one you know today. We will remember the features that stayed, the ones that disappeared, the ideas that evolved, and the moments that shaped this platform. But this isn't only about looking backward, because every ending is also a beginning. The first year gave us the foundation. The next chapter will decide what we build on it. Tonight you will see where Cine-Recommendation has been, where it stands today, and where it is going next. There will be memories, there will be surprises, there will be a few things you may not have expected, and of course there will be movies. Because at the heart of everything, that is where this journey began. Cinema, stories, characters, worlds. And the simple feeling of finding something that stays with you long after the screen goes dark. So, for the next few moments, forget about the version of Cine-Recommendation you know today. Let's go back. Back to the beginning. Back to the first idea. Back to the first screen. Back to the very first chapter. This is Cine-Recommendation Chronicles. And this is our first anniversary. Let's begin. Every journey begins somewhere, and this is where ours began. Before Cine-Recommendation became the platform you know today, there was a much simpler version 0.1, the first real step from an idea into something that could actually exist. Then came version 0.2, not a complete transformation, not a new beginning, just a small refinement of what already existed, a few changes to the design, a little more polish. But the vision was still the same. At this point, Cine-Recommendation was still finding its identity. There were no grand plans on a finished platform. There was simply an idea and the decision to keep building it. These versions may look very different from Cine-Recommendation today, but every platform has to start somewhere, and this was our somewhere. From here, the platform would slowly begin to change, the designs would become more ambitious, the features would grow, the vision would become clearer, and Cine-Recommendation would begin its real evolution. But before we get there, let's take a look at how far that first version eventually came. But every journey has its turning point, and ours came sooner than expected. Cine-Recommendation was going offline, not because the journey was over, but because it was time to rebuild. Cine-Recommendation was coming back better. But before the rebuild could begin, there was a question we had to answer. What should the new Cine-Recommendation actually look like? So we started with the simplest thing possible, a couple of rough sketches, and from these simple concepts, the rebuild started to take shape. And this is where Cine-Recommendation stands today. But reaching this point was never the end goal. Because a platform is never truly finished. There are always new ideas to explore, new possibilities to discover, and new ways to make the experience better. And after everything we've built over the past year, we're ready to look ahead. So, what comes next? And this is where Cine Recommendation stands today. But the journey doesn't stop here. There are still ideas waiting to become reality. First, we want to make Cine Recommendation a place where discovering cinema can be shared, more interaction, more conversations, and more ways for people to discover what others are watching. Because finding your next movie should become more personal, better recommendations, smarter discovery, and new ways to find something you'll actually want to watch. And Cine Recommendation shouldn't feel limited to one screen. The goal is a faster, smoother experience wherever you discover your next film. And there are still other possibilities waiting to be explored. Some of these ideas are already taking shape. Others are still just possibilities. But every future begins with an idea, and ours is only getting started. And now we come to something that marks a new chapter for Cine Recommendation: artificial intelligence. Priog AI was created with one simple idea in mind: to make discovering cinema more intelligent, more natural, and more personal. Priog isn't simply looking for movie titles. It can understand the information behind them, from genres and ratings to reviews, curations, and the many details that make up Cine Recommendation. And you don't have to search in a specific way. You can simply ask. Whether you're looking for something new to watch or trying to find something similar to a film you already love, Priag can help you discover it. It can also help compare films, understand their differences, and bring information together in a way that's easier to understand. But this is more than just another feature. It's another way of experiencing Cine Recommendation. A way to ask questions, explore ideas, and discover cinema through conversation. And while this is only the beginning, Priag AI will continue to grow alongside Cine Recommendation, learning from what we've built and helping us explore what's possible next. One year ago, it all began with an idea. Today, that idea continues to grow. This is only the beginning. Thank you for being part of the journey.